February 4, 1974. A 19-year-old woman is kidnapped from her apartment in California. She is not just anyone. She is the granddaughter of William Randolph Hearst, one of the most powerful media tycoons in American history. But 60 days later, she reappears. Not as a rescued victim, but as an armed bank robber, pointing a rifle at civilians. Was she brainwashed, or did she choose this life? Today, we dive into one of the most disturbing and controversial cases in American history. Patty Hearst. The kidnapping took place in Berkeley, California. A radical left-wing group calling itself the Symbionese Liberation Army, or SLA, stormed into Patty's apartment. They beat her fiancé, blindfolded Patty, and dragged her away, still wearing her nightgown. But their demands were unusual. They didn't ask for ransom. Instead, they demanded millions of dollars worth of food to be distributed to the poor, turning the kidnapping into a political spectacle. For weeks, the world waited. Then the SLA released a series of audio tapes. At first, Patty sounded terrified, crying, confused, and begging for her family's cooperation. But as the weeks passed, her tone changed. Later, Patty would testify that she had been kept blindfolded, locked in a closet for days, threatened with death, and sexually assaulted, claims the prosecution largely dismissed. In the final tape, she shocked the nation. She declared she had joined the SLA voluntarily and adopted a new name, Tanya. April 15, 1974. San Francisco. Security cameras inside the Hibernia Bank captured an image that stunned America. There was Patty Hearst, standing in the lobby, holding an M1 carbine, shouting orders. She wasn't tied up. She wasn't being forced at gunpoint. She was actively participating. At that moment, the FBI officially reclassified her from kidnapping victim to wanted criminal. After 19 months on the run, Patty Hearst was finally captured. The trial became a national spectacle. Prosecutors argued that, based on multiple charges of armed robbery and firearm use, she could face up to 35 years in prison. Her defense team, among the most expensive lawyers in America, argued she was a victim of coercive persuasion, what many today would call cult brainwashing. The court ultimately rejected most of that argument. In 1976, Patty Hearst was convicted and sentenced to 7 years in prison. But Patty never served the full sentence. In 1979, after just 22 months in prison, President Jimmy Carter commuted her sentence. Then, in 2001, on his final day in office, President Bill Clinton granted her a full pardon, completely erasing her criminal record. To many Americans, this looked less like mercy and more like privilege. To this day, the Patty Hearst case divides America. To some, she is the ultimate victim, a young woman psychologically shattered by captivity and coercion. To others, she is the ultimate example of rich man's justice, a revolutionary tourist who used family power to escape accountability. So what was it? Brainwashing, or privilege? Was justice truly served, or was it simply bought?